Hello there, it's not Sportbat here. I'm going to go over my Canny Valley Flex Amp North today. It's a fairly stable build. It has some issues, but it's not too bad. So I will go over it today, and we'll start over by the spawn here. And this is also a combination with Tunnel Amp East. I imagine if you don't have Tunnel Amp, which is C over here, it'll be completely different for you. But we'll start off by spawn here. So Flex Amp North, which is D, will spawn in here, all on these 6 tiles. Now sometimes this tile will go, this one, I had a ramp here, just like this, and it decides to get broken all the time, and sometimes that one too, but I left it. There's a wall dart behind there. I have zappers for spawn and then tire traps above. You probably could do 2 high ceiling electric fields if you wanted, up to here. I have had that before, so it seemed okay. And then we'll start on the tunnel here. These zappers are probably... Where are my zappers? Oh, maybe I can't make any, that's why. Like this, crit rating, crit damage, crit damage, durability, I believe is what they are. This will just be 3 times impact, 2 times reload, 1 durability, or all durability. Could be all durability by the looks of the Dura on it. Wall dynamo, that'll be double crit rating, double crit damage, healing. It'll be double reload, all durability, sound wall. Wall darts, I'm not sure. Probably double crit rating, double crit damage. And then all durability tar pit. I forgot to go over that, sorry. And then over here, this would be double reload, sound wall, and then I believe it's... This one's a double, and this one's a single reload, and then a double, and then double single again. Whichever way, I can't remember because the uses are exactly the same. But one's double, one's single, and one has healing. So the healing ones will probably be the single on this side, but they are staggered crossways a little bit. And don't ask. I don't know why that's there. So, and there used to be sound walls here, but they just get broken all the time. And same over here. I had wall darts, they get broken all the time. And then this wall sometimes gets broken. So, and then I've also seen this broken and that broken, and the floor and this, but I think that might be phasing issues. Maybe them coming through here even. So I was actually thinking about just putting a wall there to try it. It's worked every time, both directions. It's just I've had some husks in here. So you probably put like a wall dynamo or something here. I don't have any, so... And then a wall dynamo here or here if you want. Or you could even put some 1 or 2 ceiling electric fields there. That actually would work. Reload as well on them. Crit rating, crit damage, reload, durability. This is still a work in progress. I've tested it numerous times, and so far it's been good. So I'm actually quite impressed. Just gonna throw a sound wall here. Sorry for crafting and wall. This wall actually disappears too, so I'm just gonna throw a double to be safe here. I don't know what that one is, so, and I don't want to recraft it because I should be doing the video, not upgrading. Okay, and then just regular 33 wooden floor spikes, probably all durability, and that's it. Yeah, just all durability. Make sure you have no investment in the physical here. So it's for propane husks. And then a zapper. You just keep an eye on it. If you do build it like this, you could put a blank there. I put a zapper for the most amount of damage as possible because you need it. So if propane husks start blowing up in here, maybe get rid of the zapper. And then 2 dynamos hiding behind this ramp here. And then a ramp with wooden floor spikes with heals builds attached, which I have to find. I think it's all durability. Yeah, all durability and heals. No investment in physical. Same as the blue ones, but they just have healing. And I'm currently rolling them up, so that's why they're not god rolled. But the physical wouldn't be. And then just double broadsides, freeze trap, and a gas trap. Probably be crit rating, crit damage, reload, durability on the broadsides, and freeze trap. Probably double reload, effect duration, durability. Tar pits are all durability. I do believe all the dynamos are double crit rating, double crit damage. And then a wall light for smashers if they make it this far. Generally husks don't make it much more than here or here. And this is tunnel amp north, or flex amp north. So I'll go over that later. That's the next part. And then they'll come around here. And then same thing, dynamos and darts. Good combination. Some zappers. An extra flame trap. And then another dart down there. I get tornado here, so a lot of these are gone. All the ceiling electric fields and the zappers and the floor traps all disappear. So you really got to rely heavily on wall traps. This wall will disappear, but I keep it. And this one will disappear with hotspots. You get a hotspot here. And you get safety wave here. And the hotspot will move. Sometimes it's here or here. So sometimes all these walls disappear. So you just leave it up to the good old random number generator for it. So this is all block off. I'll go into there in a minute behind there. And smasher walls, of course. You could have the bigger ones if you wanted, like this. Because there's no wall dart here. Because you can't place anything on these 3 walls. Or a ceiling, which is kind of dumb. Wish they would fix that. So you could have either wall, it's up to you. I prefer these ones. Sometimes I'll use the bigger ones, but not very often, maybe on a corner or something. So, and you can't have, this tile is missing for a reason, I'll explain that later. And then, yeah, here's the amplifier. Have just this kind of a small build around it. I probably shouldn't maybe have that there, but I don't think it's a connection, but this is. But so far the husks haven't been doing too much damage. Usually they path for your block off or something. Of course there's a tornado there. When it's connected like this, if you were to have a wall here or a wall here and touching that wall, some people say ramps don't count, some do. So, and then I always had trouble with smashers on this tile. And since I made this build, it's been good. So I'm still late wave testing, but yeah. Okay, well, we'll go down this other side now. And then just some anti-airs here for the meteor shower. So, and then ceiling drop traps. They're all durability. 1 reload. Yeah. Sometimes I will put, they're up here just to over the block off, right? Kind of a stun if anything decides it wants to wander into here. So I will put sometimes, not in this tunnel, but the one above the sound wall here, I'll put a damaging ceiling drop trap sometimes. Depends how the tunnel performs, then I may change it. Now this is for up there, but I'll go this way first. So this is another spawn here tunnel amp or flex amp north will spawn up here sometimes, down in the bottom, sometimes here, and sometimes up here even, or even up there, and then this side as well here, and then sometimes on the ledge here. It won't be lots up here, it'll be 1 or 2 whispers only, maybe 3 at most between all. There might be more, but generally it's just 1 or 2, and then they'll path through here. Now sometimes they'll take this wall, and sometimes they'll take, nope, not that one, this wall. Yeah, so far just this one, and I've never had them take that floor yet, but I have had this wall gone, and this floor also disappear. So it's kind of random number generated. The spawn sometimes it gets really close right here, and that's probably what does it. A lot of the times it's mostly back here, or even partially up the ramp. So I don't know, it's not fully 100% AFK, but it's getting there. So, and then just wooden floor spikes with healing, be a double reload sound wall, and then just I believe that's 3 times impact wall launcher. And I'm supposed to be a wall launcher here. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. And then just, yeah, a little bit of a recycler for the little guys and stuff to come through, and zapper. I was going to go with a ceiling electric field, but I don't want to hit this tile with it, so that's why it's a zapper. So I would like to maybe put 1 extra Dura perk on the zapper, because I don't know if it burns out, but I bet it does pretty quick. So, and then these should all be, oh, one's different. Well, one's 2 times impact, that's this one. And same with that one. 2 times impact, 2 times reload, 2 times durability. Which I probably should have put there, but that's okay. It'll be alright. It still works the same. Maybe I should have low walls here instead, but I'll just watch how the recycler works, and if they come this way, it doesn't really matter. They still have to go all the way through all that. So, but this is a connection to tunnel amp east. So flex amp north will also come this way. So I just got a tire traps, and I guess I should have shown that tire traps up here as well. And they're all the same, except for that one. That's a damaging one above this tile. And these ones are all durability, 1 times reload. And that's a damaging one, which would be, I'll show you here so you can see it. Sorry for the no efficient, that's my bad. This one. Damage, crit rating, reload, durability. You could switch this for another crit damage maybe, but I go for just plain damage because then it's guaranteed. And they do a little bit more damage than the other ones, so that's all I wanted really, was just a little extra. So that's why I do that. And then freeze trap I put there. I could have put a tar pit, but I put the freeze trap for the broadsides. And then I wouldn't put another drop trap here because they spawn up here sometimes. So it's bad enough that they can almost walk across there, but they don't, so we're lucky. And yeah, this is a pretty complex build, so. So this is a 1 tile high tunnel. Just have to remember that. There's block off underneath. And it's still, like, I still have to do a little bit of testing down below there. Make sure I have my cones angled the right way and everything, but I will go through that. So here's the bottom side of it. You could try and maybe put a couple sandwiches here. That's my next try, is 2 or even just 1 here, just to cover that tile. I was going to attempt this one, but I won't yet. So, and then if tunnel flex amp north decides to break these tiles here, like that one or that one, then we still have all this. I mean, double and single reload sound wall. And then that's flex amp east, so then it would connect in with it with a wall light, freeze trap, some tar pits. Just a nuking tunnel, pretty much, down here. You could have a wide. I don't know why traps keep disappearing, but they do. Yeah, so just remember to try to check always. Every so many runs of your endurance, just have a trap check. And then there's another tunnel amp east there, or flex amp east, sorry. Must be stuck on tunnel amp today for some reason. And then they just come this way. And here's your amplifier. I'll go back out again. I don't want to describe everything because I'd be here for hours. So basically all my perks are the same. So this is the one we were just down, was here. Let's probably have one perk less, Dura. Or they could be before I had mine God rolled. Who knows? This tunnel's worked forever, so I don't touch it. So that was the left tunnel for Flex Amp North. Make sure you have these walls here too. Flingers and stuff, eh? Same here. The famous flinger that likes to stand here. Haven't seen him for a while, so I think we should be safe with that. But usually they like to stand here. So, and then I have no walls along here or here because hotspots will break this. There's a hotspot here that'll break this wall. I probably should put it back, but I'm going to keep testing with it out. It scares me that things can get in here so easy, but that's okay for Flex Amp North anyways. So, and then down here is just, this is all damage for under here, every bit of it. And then if they decide to want to come down here, and it meets up with the other one right here immediately, so you probably could put a zapper here instead, but I don't know. I don't really lean towards gas traps a lot, but I use them once in a while, and I don't really pay enough attention to see if they're actually better traps to put there than them. So they all have their place. So, and then these dynamos up here on the walls, they will hit something if it's up here standing on these little bumpy spots up to about, yeah, up to this tile. There's no point in putting any here. It doesn't do anything like a dynamo or whatever, because even if they're here, it seems like that doesn't trigger that wall. So, and then I just got it completely set up in here. I got the wall darts for that upper tunnel there, so otherwise it would be dynamos. I just put dynamos as much as I could up inside here for anything that decides it wants to walk in here. It's gonna get nuked. Tornado wipes all the floor and ceiling traps, so you gotta have lots of wall traps in here. So, and then some windows and wall darts. Probably the same under there, I would imagine. No, not that one, just this one. And then same with these, they're all edited windows with dynamos. And then I haven't tested or haven't paid attention enough to see if this one hits. It should, I imagine, hit stuff if it's out here and out here. So, but I don't get that many husks going over here anymore. My block off and all that kind of prevented north from coming this way because the majority of them spawn in that corner over there. So as soon as you put the block off in here and make them take that other path with the ramp there, then that really cuts down on the workload that these have to take. So be a damaging trap. I have to actually change that because I had trouble there. So I think that's all of Flex Amp North. Just your basic amplifier build. Just some walls. I'm attempting to see if I can control some mini bosses. So maybe I might have to do some different setups here. So because the husks always go for the monitor in the back here. That thing. So they'll always want a path to this side. Alright, let's go up top now. And I guess we might as well start way over here. So we have an 3 times impact, 2 times reload, and then all durability tar pit, and a wall launcher, and then just a little bit of block off here. Floor, cone, wall. And then these archways, make sure you have at least one here. I know it's connected over there, but make sure you have at least another one. Flingers love to path down into that corner for some reason. And I had it before. I had that wall that I was upgrading there, that partial wall on the end of this floor here, like the far one way down there. The flingers would walk behind there and then walk on top of that floor and go into the corner. And then by that time the traps had killed them too. So they never beat on the walls or anything like that, but they always passed to that corner. So I don't know what it is why flingers go there, but that's what they used to do. And I don't think they're going to do that anymore. They should go through the tunnel now, because that was for Tunnel Lamp East. But that was just a little tip into what's there. So in case something does actually get through here, you know, and through and start going that way, then hopefully those zappers and tires will take care of them, and the little bit of recycling I got there. So the last spawn on Flex Amp North is here. You might get a spawn here. Now I'm still having troubles here, so I'm gonna do a little quick fix here. So basically I think we're going through this tile, if I'm not mistaken, or they were walking across here and just walking down. So because I had it blocked off that they just came down here, but I think I have to get rid of that. Now they have no choice but to go that way. 1, 2. Yeah, that should be okay. Because they'll either go down onto there and down there and just walk right in. I don't think they should come here. You could put 2 walls. But I'm gonna try it like this. So, but this isn't an every spawn. This is a rare. Doesn't happen all the time. It seems like that's getting more common though. I've had it quite a bit since the last update, and before that it was very rare. So I don't know, maybe they bumped up the rarity on the spawn or something, but I've had it quite a bit. So I'm actually thinking about building a full-fledged kill tunnel here, but I don't know if it's probably better just to make them walk down here. Make them walk in your main tunnel if you can. You could probably put like wall launchers here or something, or even wall darts or dynamos or something, just to keep them off these walls. So, but this one here that's why it's still was green here. I actually had a block off right here. And then I had the smashers come in through this side and then through this side, and they were actually in there. And then there was also a flinger here standing and throwing, which was new. I've never seen a flinger throw from here, but he was deciding he wanted to.
Not this time.
So that's why we have this up here as well. I don't think they can throw from this area here. So, and I do believe that is all of north. It's really confusing, especially once you start looking up here above our heads. So I might as well go through that one more time here. So, but I'll come in through this tunnel, and I'll do the upper while I'm doing tunnel lamp east. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. So tunnel lamp east will spawn here. Oh, oops. Sometimes a rare spawn, well, enough right here. And then, of course, I can't get up there. Up here, I believe right here. So this is also for that. So they don't just walk across here. You could do two to be safe. Another tar pit wall launcher to be safe if you wanted. But if you make sure if you do it here, like put the wall launcher here in the tar pit, that you put two walls there so that it doesn't knock them onto this tile or this tile, because it can happen, and then they will just walk all the way over here and walk right up onto your amplifier, and then you're in trouble. So, and I do believe tunnel amp east will spawn in here sometimes, a little bit. I think it's back here maybe. Yes, it's not real often, but it does. And then there's 3 walls here and 2 floors for block off. Here, I'll let it through. There you go. So, wall. Oh, poor. Bad edits today, sorry. So, wall, cone, wall, ramp. You could do stairs too. I just like the looks of them better. And then that's the block off there. And you could possibly put a wall there, but I don't see stuff come out of here. If they're going to come out of here, they're going to take that wall. Or that wall. So that, I believe, was the smasher. So you could almost put a tar pit here if you have troubles. So, and this is, I don't really recommend this build for low research, like low tech score and low durability survivor squads. You probably got to have good stats for this build. The other 2 builds, though, you'll be okay. Like for flex amp south and east, even if you got like lower durability and stuff, those, they're strong. So, but I'll go through them some other day. So then tunnel amp east will spawn all in here. I believe back here and kind of like in here, and then they'll spawn almost all up in here. I believe a little bit back here too. And then the one up top, and then the rare. And some inside there, but not a lot inside there. So then just drop traps. I think they're all durability. 1 reload. Yes. Except for that one. And then of course it's the same as Flex Amp North. Spawn trap. If they come through. So it's kind of a combination tunnel here we got going on. And then they will head this way. Oh, there's a rock there. Since I was smashing it. And then this edited floor is just to make them go here, I guess. There's just a little bit of block off too, right? Because I'll go through that side in a minute. But not a lot of husks go this way. 10%, 20% maybe. And then they'll path through this way for tunnel amp east. Then just got some wall darts, dynamo, Seeing electric fields. Another one over there. Wall dart. And then wall light to stun them, which will actually, if I had a stagger wall here and that was gone, well, I don't think it would work, but you could almost double stagger into here instead of this with the wall launcher. You could do 2 times impact. I'd have to look at the stats of wall launchers, but you could probably put a 2 times impact, 2 times reload, 2 times durability wall launcher here, and maybe get rid of that wall, and maybe you could double stagger here. Who knows? Or like recycle a little bit. But I don't think you have to. So, and then tar pits, wall darts, and then windows for dynamo. Sorry about that. And then some zappers, and then just dynamos and flame girl at the end. And I thought I'd switch it up. I do believe it's a higher damage than a tar pit. Tar pit will stop them though, so if you want to be safe, you could put another whole row here. I did have one whole other row, and nothing even made it remotely close to down here, so I deleted the whole last box because it was, I believe it was another flame trap, and then just dynamo, and a zapper. Could have been a tar pit too. Be safe. Put a tar pit on the end. So that's the left side of tunnel lamp east, and then we'll hit the right side here, and then we're just about done. And then we can go through block off quick. So then here's just staggered sound walls, double reload, probably a double here, or that would be double reload, single reload with healing, and then a double reload there. This wall's pretty safe from getting blown up. This one's not. This one likes to get blown up. I've seen it disappear, but this one's still here, so I've never seen that one go yet, but I have seen this one disappear. And just all durability with healing floor spike. You could have a blue one here, and you could even have a damaging one, maybe. And you get pretty heavy propane though, so I'd stay safe with this one. And then 3 times impact, 2 reload, 1 dare wall launcher. A wall dynamo. And a drop trap, and a damaging drop trap. I may have missed that wall dart there for you on Flex North, sorry. And then they walk path this way, and then they have a electric field here, wall spikes with increased building health, and a 3 times impact wall launcher for any thing that decides it wants to go that way for some reason. The odd smasher might. I had one smasher, a purple one, decide to want to come in here, but he died. And I also killed him too, because I was standing up in here, so that could have been me, partially. So then just wall darts, dynamos, more dynamos, another drop trap. That's empty from what I took off up there. I don't know if this is classified as 4 tiles or not. It might be. Could only be 3. So they might not even want to jump down here. Hopefully they're going to jump onto that wooden floor spike there and then come down here. Makes more sense that they would, especially smashers, I think. Have to do my research. I'll get all of it down eventually so that I know my facts properly. And then sealing electric fields here. Tornado will wipe a lot of these, depending if you get the tornado on north, south, or east. But it does help with some zapping down here, and it will hit down there. This one here, this one actually hits everything pretty far out there, and I've never seen a propane blow up from it, so it's pretty safe. So yeah, that's the 2 sides. And then it all comes together here. Then we'll go over my AFK spot, which is right here, I believe. I think it's that tile. It's one of these two, that one or this one, or I don't think it's this one. I think it's one of these two. Could even be this one. Oh yeah, that's tunnel lamp east. And if they do decide to come through here and go this way on tunnel lamp east, usually it's just the little guys, so this will take care of them if they come through here. I haven't seen tunnel lamp east come through here yet, so but let's have a look at this block off now. So they're full sandwiches with edited floors for maximum amount. I know it's only supposedly quarter of a layer, 1/4 of a layer is what that counts, so it's not very much. Of course, you got the tornado in our ear, and then I have the cones edited that way for flex amp north, but I have this side edited opposite for tunnel amp, and same with this one. This one's edited opposite, and this one should, you could, I was gonna try that, but I was scared of them guys coming through there, right? Like, I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? Because they just walk up top here and over. Maybe that'll help that wall right there, because that's that wall I said with the sound wall that gets broken. That's right in here. It's where this 4 tiles are here. Just for reference there, this wall, this is north spawn. 1 tile east off the corner here. That's where these 4 start. So 2 tiles south and 1 tile to the east, 4 sandwiches. Or full sandwich actually, sorry. There should be edited floors under all of them. This one might not have it, actually. Doesn't look like there's a floor under here, does it? No. So if you have troubles, you could put an edited floor under there too. But I only put it on this side. Then of course this is just behind here is that wall launcher, or that one, I can't remember. This one, the wall launcher's behind here. There might actually be a sandwich there. I'll have to look now. So 1 tile. No, there might be one here though. This is so confusing. So 1, 2. Yeah, there's more here, eh? This is underneath the tunnel. That one is facing the southwest. This is where I have phasing issues. So you could put some dynamos in here. I'm not going to yet. I want to keep testing. See, maybe that wall that we put up there will help. And this is new. I never had this side. I had them just coming down here. And I've only run about 4 runs with that tile, and that tile there. Normally it was just a wall right there. Or even one over. This wasn't here, this wasn't. And I believe it may have just been straight in here like this. And then I added this side. Because I wasn't sure about this floor staying, so I did 1 side at a time. And sometimes they go, not this one, but the other one. So, okay, let's try and figure out this block off again here. Sorry. This is so confusing. And I apologize for the long video. But this is a complex build. Alright, there. Okay, now let's figure this out. So, there's the left one when looking north. So 1 tile, 2 tiles. Yeah, so there is block off underneath as well. So it'd be a 4x4 here, or 2x2, sorry. 4 sandwiches. And then, so then 1, 2 tiles, 3 tiles. So then we have 1, 2, 3 tiles. So 2 more sandwiches here. Not full sandwich, just regular. And that will be a full sandwich there as well. Facing the opposite way though, that one faces southeast. We could probably make this one different, but I don't know what to say. If we have it the other way, then the husks that could possibly come down here, or I don't know, they could beat on those walls. I mean, they still can anyways. The way it is, they could beat on the walls here, you know, or beat on the walls here. So I don't know. I just kind of put it this way for see what happens. It seems okay, so I'm still experimenting. And I've never seen them take more than just that wall. So that's it on Tunnel Lamp East. So I have nothing above. You could, I was thinking about putting like some 106s or whatever the next lowest, 77s, I think. Here, 3-star. For some real light damage, but there's no need. So, but I did want to try and put block off here. But I gotta monitor the spawns again, because I think they actually spawn right here. And I think also the that's what's wrong over here with this one here. Might be phasing issues, because I've watched husks phase real close to here, like real close. That's when they spawn in. It's phasing issue. You'll see here the little storm whisper will be here, and then all of a sudden you'll see the husk phase in, and they'll like go like this and stop, and then they kind of like phase in. They start like purple colored, and then when they are done moving, then they're fully a husk spawned in. So that's what phasing is. While they are in that purpley state, I believe they can go through walls. So that's what phasing is. And so they could be phasing through there and smashing their way out, or it could be the spawn blowing them up. So, but I can't see a spawn blowing up, not the floors, and just the cones and the walls, right? And the floor stays. Kind of a little suspicious there, so I'm guessing it's husk activity. I'm AFK while I'm running it, so give it the full test. So hopefully that's all of it for the tunnel wise anyways. Then we'll go through the last little bit of block off here. This tunnel here, it's just stuff full. So on the other side you can see there's a ramp there. On the other side of that ramp is a sound wall, and you can see the broadsides there. So maybe I will edit my way in here. There we go, yeah. So yeah, ramp, wall, and then edited cone facing the southeast, and then a wall, and another edited cone facing southeast. This one as well. Edited cone facing the southeast. Could just do a ramp as well, I guess. I believe it was a cone though, so. And then one sandwich here, fully surrounded sandwich. And that's for that tunnel. And then a little bit of block off here. Starting at the edge of that. Full sandwiches with heels building attached wall spikes, or hang on, no, increased building health, that's right, on these, because this is right here. And for smashers and stuff, I didn't think that those layers there would be enough to keep the smashers from wanting to path this way. on Tunnel Amp East. So that's why I have full sandwiches and traps in here as well. But there's a window there for another tunnel, so. And then just a basic couple walls around the amplifier. It's from a different build, but I just left it. You have to have something around your amp, especially around the monitor, which is back here. So hopefully that's all of it. And then of course the upgraded building health, and probably just a crit rating, crit damage, heals building attached wall dynamo. And I will double check that just to make sure, because almost every single wall dynamo I have is all the same. Yep. Crit rating, double crit damage, heals building attached. Alright, I think that's everything. So if you liked the video, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe. I'm going to be carrying on in the Canny Valley Endurance, all my builds. It's mostly flex amp. I may do one or two of my other ones. I'll carry on tunnel amp and etc, etc. So, yeah, thanks for watching.